The following is a fan-based discussion, and all materials being discussed are owned by Toei and Subaraya Productions. I claim no ownership to the materials being discussed and is purely fan opinion.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another TFX top 10 video. Now I've already made videos talking about my top 10 favorite Super Sentai openings and top 10 favorite Kamen Rider openings. I gotta complete the set, so now in this video I'll be counting down my top 10 favorite Ultraman openings. Before I continue, I just want to say I won't be posting a first impressions video on Gavin Infinity, mainly because I haven't found time to make it due to personal life. And since we're almost 10 episodes in, essentially around 1/5 of the way, there's sort of no point in making one now. Also, I will only be mentioning the original Ultraman openings, so there won't be anything like Tiga's Chinese opening or something like that. Because as much as that's one of my favorite openings ever, that's a bit unfair for the other seasons. Anyways, with that out of the way, let's get into this, starting with honorable mentions. Ultraman Tiger. I like the energy in this opening and how catchy it is, which makes it pretty memorable, at least out of the new generation Ultraman openings. This song really gives you a sense of youthful energy, which makes sense given who the titular character of this show is. And obviously, another part of it is because this song is sung by Tiger's voice actor. Both the lyrics and the visuals for this opening really match the show's theme of friendship and teamwork. Which is why, as I've said in a previous video, this show should have been called Ultraman Tri-Squad instead of just Ultraman Tiger. This is one of the Ultraman openings I used to listen to quite a bit until I sort of just stopped. It's not so much I didn't like this opening anymore, it's just, compared to Kamen Rider and Super Sentai openings, I don't find myself listening to Ultraman openings that much, and I can't 100% explain why. Anyways, this opening is good. The reason why it is not top 10 is because there are better openings out there. But we're not done with honorable mentions, because for the next honorable mention we have Ultraman Omega. I will admit, when this show first aired, I was a little meh on this opening. Not that it was bad, because it's not. It's just not an opening I would listen to on a regular basis, which is sorta how I felt about the show initially. Not bad, but not the best. I think a major reason as to why I didn't have strong opinions about this opening was because the ending, specifically the first ending, was better than the opening, at least to me. However, I remember as this show aired, this opening grew on me. I like the energy in this song, the visuals are great, and the lyrics do match the journey that our lead hero undergoes throughout the show. Overall, this opening is good, just not top 10 level. But we can't move on to top 10 yet, cause there's still one more honorable mention to get through. The second opening for Ultraman Nexus. Just like with the Omega opening, this opening sorta had the same issue where initially I was a little indifferent on this one, and the fact that Nexus had two openings didn't help. I listened to it again recently to refresh my memory on both the lyrics and how the song was performed. After re-listening to it, it's a very good opening. The lyrics and the overall optimistic but still serious vibe of this song really fit the second part of the show, specifically the main character for the second part, along with the character development that he goes through. Cause spoilers, Nexus has more than one host. I'm pretty sure most of you would know why this opening is not top 10. It's good, but something else just overshadows it considerably, which now brings us to the actual top 10, starting of course with number 10. Ultraman Leo's first opening. This song was not the original one planned for this show, but man is it a better opening compared to the second one, aka the original opening for Leo. This song gives you a sense of high stakes and really a sense of impact as well, which fits this show better than the second opening does, given the more mature and dark tone of this show, especially compared to the show before this one with Ultraman Taro. This opening to me is more iconic and matches the show's tone better. Plus, this opening is sung by the actor who plays the lead hero himself. That's always good. Anyways, on to number 9. Ultraman Arc. This opening is just fun, like the show is, at least to me, especially considering the fact that this show revolves around imagination. Compared to the openings that I've mentioned so far, this one's a lot more child-friendly, which again makes sense because this show is about imagination. Coming off of the show before this, in terms of both the series itself and the opening, this one's a lot more positive, which we do need every now and then. This song is also quite fast-paced, at least in the beginning of the song, which I felt a little bit meh on, at least initially, but I still like it. Alright, number 8. Ultraman Tiga. This song is super iconic, just like the show is. There's a reason why this show is one of the most popular, or in countries like China, the most popular Ultraman series. This opening is not only energetic, but it also really gives you a modern feeling, which makes complete sense given that Tiga literally started a new era for Ultraman, and you can definitely see the transition from Showa to Heisei. However, even when judging the opening by itself, it's high energy, and the actor who plays Ultraman Tiga is part of the band that performs this song. That's a plus. Number 7. Ultraman Breza. In the beginning, I didn't really have strong feelings about this opening. To me, it's one of those openings where initially it's good, but not one of the best. However, over time, the more I listened to it, the more it grew on me. Even still, this is a very good opening. High energy. The way the opening goes, along with the visuals, really sets Blazer apart from other Ultraman shows, because Blazer is not really your typical Ultraman show. Don't get me wrong, that's not a bad thing. This show is still one of my favorites when it comes to Ultraman, and this opening is very good. Now, number 6. Ultra 7. Yup, that's all I'm showing you, cause 1, copyright's a thing, and 2, it's my video. But still, most of you should be able to tell from that clip alone why the Ultra 7 opening is great. That clip I just showed you is how the opening starts, at least when it comes to the lyrics. And man, does it hook you in from the get-go. It really sets a heroic tone, and this song is so damn memorable, making it one of the most iconic openings out there, which is saying something since this show is almost 60 years old. To be exact, this show turns 60 next year. This is easily my favorite out of the Showa openings. And not just Showa, it's just a great opening in the Ultraman franchise period. I've only seen a few episodes of this show, but man is this opening so good. Move on to number 5. Ultraman Dyna. As much as I think that Dyna is inferior to Tiga as an overall show, there are still things about it that are better, and the opening is one of them. This is one of the first openings I've heard back when I was still a kid, at least when it comes to the Heisei openings. So nostalgia is definitely part of why I have this opening as high as it is. However, even judging the opening by itself, it's great. It has high energy, it's uplifting, and it's such a sing-alongable song. This song also does a good job of setting the heroic tone of this show. Out of the TDG trio, which is Tiga, Dyna, and Gaia, Dyna is not my favorite show, but what I can say for certain is that Dyna has the best opening out of the TDG trio. Number 4. Ultraman Mebius. This opening incorporates both Heisei and Showa elements, which makes sense because Mebius, being the show that celebrated the 40th anniversary of the franchise as a whole, aired during the Heisei era, and the show itself is set in the M78 universe, aka the universe in which the Showa Ultraman shows take place in, except for 7 until it was retconned. Even without all of that, this opening is incredible. It's so positive, and the lyrics are very hopeful, which really meshes well with the show's theme of friendship and bonds. And there's just nothing bad about this opening. It is, however, to me at least, not quite top 3 material. Speaking of top 3, it's about time to get into my absolute favorites, starting with number 3. Ultraman Cosmos. This opening is not just positive, something about it also makes it extremely soothing and calm, which means you'll have a very pleasant experience listening to this song. Of course, given the fact that this show revolves around kindness and compassion, this just works, and you can't really ask for a better match, at least in terms of tone. Also the lyrics, if you pay attention to the lyrics of this song, once again you'll see how this connects to the show's theme of kindness, which really sets it apart from a lot of other Ultraman shows, especially given the way the song starts with "It's alright." Obviously song not said, but man is very positive. Alright, number 2. Ultraman Nexus's first opening, AU, which literally translates to hero, is one of the best Ultraman openings out there. The rock music in the beginning of this song just hooks you in immediately. It's not really that sing-alongable though, given how fast the pacing is, especially when the chorus kicks in. However, this song is so inspirational. Specifically, I mean the lyrics, because for those of you who have seen this show, Nexus is extremely dark. Other shows may have dark elements in them, but they are not full-on dark as Nexus is, at least with the first arc. Because the second arc, yeah, it's still dark, but it comes off as a little bit more hopeful compared to the first arc. Anyways, the lyrics gives you a great message. If you are a man, be strong for someone else. And it's okay to fall. Just stand back up again. You do that, and you're a hero. A hero is just a guy who doesn't give up. Feel free to comment down below if you know where that line is from. Anyways, this opening is amazing, but it was still beaten by number 1. Ultraman Z. Damn, that note goes on for a while. I didn't show the whole note because I don't want to risk getting copyright claimed, but man, props to the singer for being able to hold that note for as long as he did. Not all of you are going to agree with me on this, but to me, this is easily my favorite Ultraman opening of all time. The Ultraman Z opening is the GOAT for me. Please chant his name, Ultraman Z. This opening right from the get-go just gets you fired up, and you can't help but feel ready to punch something. It boosts your excitement for this show, because Ultraman Z is an amazing show, and the amount of energy, oh boy, does it fit this show very well. Again, the singer for this song is amazing. This opening is just fantastic, and even though my opinions may change, it's very unlikely that anything in the future will top this one as my favorite Ultraman opening. And there you have it. Those are my top 10 favorite Ultraman openings. Just like with my top 10 opening videos for Kamen Rider and Super Sentai, it was very difficult putting them in order, except for maybe number 1 and number 2. And who knows what this list will look like in the future, because the franchise is still going and opinions can easily change over time. Anyways, that would do for my video on top 10 Ultraman openings. Feel free to comment down below what your top 10 favorite Ultraman openings are, along with your thoughts on this video. If you enjoy my videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. Feel free to follow me on my socials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye everybody!